Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go. Buenos dias. Buenos dias, buenos dias. All right, good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's our 9 o'clock show. What we do is talk trucking. I guess I'm late to my own party. Trucking happens, problems, all that good stuff. Things, nothing major. However, here, ready to answer some questions. So what we'll do today is actually jump right into this and answer a lot of questions that we get from across the board. What we do is we collect them from several social media platforms, put them on the nice list, and then what we do is answer them live at 9 a.m. For owner operators to be or current owner operators who are looking for a good carrier to partner up with. We're here and we're here for that. So it's 863-342-5171. Give us a call and get all the details that you need. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, and we go from here. Today we'll just jump right in. Hopefully, I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that came across the board. What we are actually doing is I'm going to cover what our package looks like for an owner operator to be, and that way he can compare some apples to apples with that. So again, the content that we put up is specifically for owner operators. We are 100% owner operator, no company trucks to compete with. We are located here in Mulberry, Florida. It is the mecca of trucking. We do offer free parking for owner operators who are leased under us. And we'll jump in right into the package for you guys. All right, so there's actually two packages that you can pick from. Number one is the most traditional way that my guys are doing it. It's in 75% gross, right? And so 75-25 split. So what does that 25% get you? So what it's going to get you is a very nice program to operate under where you can elevate your business. So number one, cargo liability insurance is part of that package deal. There's no additional charge to anything for that insurance. All right. So we do have even a lot of guys who may go away for some time, let's say 2-3 weeks, an extended vacation. If he's not running, he's not paying any of that. It's all part of the package deal. So there is no additional charge for the insurance. So I know for those guys that are out there that like to do that, you wouldn't have to be, coming back to that negative balance of paying for that insurance if you're not using it at that moment. So again, guys, cargo liability is part of the package deal. All right. Another thing that we do is we do provide the trailers. So the trailers are 23s, 22s, and 21s. So let me tell you how this trailer program works. There is no rental fee or anything like that. It is $50 a week for the maintenance fee. What is a maintenance fee and what does that include? So the maintenance fee is going to include anything that happens to be wear and tear. So number one, anything brakes, tires, 90-day inspections. So what we do is, we do a DOT annual inspection every 90 days to make sure that you're running with top of the line quality equipment and you're not getting put on out of service for those little things that can be an oversight. So again, brakes, tires, anything that's wear and tear is going to be covered. Now, one of the things that happens here is when you pick up the trailer, you're going to stay with that trailer. So typically there is no swapping unless I had to replace a bushing or do something that requires ordering a part. And of course, we're not going to, sit you down and not move you around because of that. We're going to just give you a different trailer so you could keep rolling and earning. And while we repair that trailer, we do have a trailer mechanic on site. And the beauty about that is that there's been a lot of times where somebody picked up, let's say locally, caught a nail or something like that, comes here loaded, turn him, we patch that up real quick, swap a tire, whatever the situation may be, and then he's out to go. And then he's turning and burning and he still keeps earning. So trailer mechanic on site is monumental. He's always paying attention to where the trailers are as far as what, lights, brakes, tires, all of that is all being managed in-house. Now, when guys are over the road, yes, some things may have to get done out there because shit happens, but a lot of it can be avoided, guys. So remember, if I had to buy a tire because, of maintenance, or somebody caught a nail, and, and something like that happened, and you had to blow out because of that. So we don't buy recaps. We don't buy used tires. We're not doing any of that. You're going to get we're going to buy a new virgin tire out there. The only thing I'm asking my owner operators is just be vigilant. Make sure that that roadside is actually getting us that new tire. Don't let them play us or you, and where, we allow him to mount a recap and now we're in it. So I'm not looking to buy recaps out there or, used tires. So that's the program on the trailer. So 23s, 22s, and 21s, top of the line equipment, so that you can keep your business moving and keep earning. All right. The next thing that we talk about is ELD. So we run with Motive. I don't know how many of you guys have used it before. It's pretty, I think, formerly Motive, Keep Trucking, formerly known as Keep Trucking. Pretty easy program. So when guys onboard, we do provide the box that gets mounted into the truck. There is no cost for it. It's just part of the package deal. So there are no deductions. Our guys like it because it's non-intrusive. You're just plugging that bad boy in. You're not splicing wires or anything like that. Volvo's a little bit more complicated, but for the most part, everything else is easy. And what we do there is the guys are going to download the app to their phone. So you download the Motive app to your phone. There's no additional need for tablets or anything like that. As long as you have you can mount it on your dash, you're going to be good. So that we keep it easy. Download it and you are good to go. So for the most part, people like it. A lot of people have been using it, but again, the idea behind it is, again, guys, there is no charge for that. All right. We do have a play program for those guys who do need the play program. So the way that works is pretty much all I need is a valid 2290 and a copy of the title. We are good to go. If somebody is leasing their truck from like a third party, like a Lone Mountain, LRM, SFI, or something like that, then we would need a copy of that lease. And then obviously the title and all that, and 2290 as well. And then we can do the same and get that person plated. So what we do is our plates are valid for a year. All right. We're not prorating it or anything like that. So you would get a plate, let's say if it was today, on this lovely Friday, August 22nd, you would have a plate to August 22nd of next year. So you get a full year of using that plate. It's pretty sweet deal. They will deduct the payments in 10 consecutive weeks. So it's $200 a week for 10 consecutive weeks. Option one. Option two, we do have people who buy their own plate. And they just never done it before. So they may think it's a little bit more complicated than it is. We walk you through the process. We're filling it out, the application, letting you know what kind of miles you got, how to get that done, how to get all the paperwork in order. Everybody shoots over to Morningstar here in Lakeland. Eileen handles that and gets you your plate. All right. So those are your two options there. Either way, they're easy. It's just a matter of you, what you're looking to do as a business owner. So either way, it's easy. Get plated in one day if you jump on ours. Okay. So we do it just the day of orientation and we keep it simple. All right, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe to learn more about what we do and how we do. We got plenty of content that drops 5 o'clock Monday to Friday. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you are notified when those gems are dropping. And for all my people who are out here, please smash that like button. It helps the algorithm put this in front of the right people, especially my people who are looking for an opportunity and as an owner operator. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's keep pushing along here. So then we're going to talk the escrow. Yes, we're very competitive. We keep the escrow at $1,500, which is minimal considering everything that you're getting in the package. So what they'll do is they'll deduct $150 a week for 10 consecutive weeks. Some people choose to pay that up front. That would be up to you. Yes, escrow is refunded to you, obviously, as long as there's no outstanding monies. And what can be outstanding monies? We'll talk about that. It's pretty simple. Let's say a guy has tow violations. That's, that has to get handled. Let's say, there might be a fuel. That's another one. There might be underpayments due to not tracking. There are things of that nature. Right, because that's calculated every quarter. So that's that. Escrow does get released to the people. All right, 90-day mark. That's the way we do it. Another thing is we do provide the IFTA. We will manage it. You do pay the quarterly, but we manage that process for you. So the permits are, there's no charge for the permits, the HUD, all that good stuff. Everything is part of the package deal. Another thing that we do is going to be, the insurance part, right? So there's bobtail insurance and physical damage that you are responsible for. The limit that you pick on your physical damage is more than likely going to be, it's not my requirement. If you are financing your vehicle, guys, or a lease, then what you're doing is the bank or the leaseor is going to be telling you what limits to carry. So what we do is we give you a couple of options. We're going to call a few contacts that we have in the industry, and what happens is we're going to put options on the table. So you're going to look at a few quotes and pick which one best suits you. A lot of times there's some with down payment, no down payment. You're just going to be able to pick whatever you want. One of the things I will say though is certain people, meaning banks, they may have a list for you of what banks you can, what insurance companies they accept and which ones they don't. I'm pretty sure Arrow allows certain amount, doesn't allow certain people as far as insurance company goes. And I think Lone Mountain may have a few. So just do your due diligence, ask them, let them know, and then you'll know. Usually what they'll do is they'll give you the insurance requirement sheet, and that's the perfect place to get your information. You're going to see there the limits that are required, the people that they don't allow you to use, and also how they want to be additionally insured, and everything is all in that information right there. All right, so that's that. All right. Drug testing. So what we do is all our guys, when they apply, this is how this bad boy works. We believe in efficiency and getting things done in a timely fashion. All right. So our thought is we need to get your truck on the road as quick as possible so you can start earning, because the bills are coming, especially if you just bought this truck. So what we do is we do what's called a fast track approval. So, you apply, boom, within a couple hours, you get approved. And then, as long as everything matches up, boom, you get approved. You can be on a drug test in that afternoon. So the drug test is $90. Yes, you do pay for that up front, and we reimburse it on your very first settlement check. So you're taking a drug test. That takes about anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to come back, depending on what time of the day you took it. All right. So by then you're already scheduling an orientation. Right. Yep. It moves that quick. So by then you're already scheduling that orientation. And orientation for us is in 1 day. So we go from 9 to 3. And sometimes it goes a little longer. It just depends on the individual. Sometimes it can go a little quicker, not by much, but a little quicker if the person has all their documents in order. All right. Our orientation is about efficiency and effectiveness. It's going to be talking about the policies and procedures on what you need to do here to be successful, right? So that's the way we do it. So the fast track approval, for owner operators who have experience out there, who've been doing this for a very long time, there's no need to wait a month to onboard with a carrier. As a matter of fact, a week is even too long. You know what I mean? It just has to be fast and efficient. Usually there are days that you can pick the orientation, right? So we like to typically do on a Monday, because you're going to get that whole week of work, right? Or typically on a Friday. I can do in between. I have no problem with that. It just depends on your needs and getting you rolling as quick as possible. So the reason I'm flexible with that is because a lot of guys who are buying their trucks may be picking it up on a Tuesday. So then it makes sense to do an orientation on a Wednesday, even though it's midweek. He just got this truck. It's about putting money on it and hitting the ground running. Why delay the process any further? So again, I have flexibility on what day of the week I can do it. It just has to be strategic based on your needs. So we keep that simple. All right. So everybody comes with different needs. All right. So that's the fast track approval, guys. To learn more about that and get yourself approved, it is 863-342-5171. Give us a call. We are 100% owner operator based company looking for owner operators to partner up with. We got plenty of perks that you could take advantage of. So please give us a call if you're looking to join the team. Join the best one, which is Voyager. So here we go, 863-342-5171. All right. So here we go. That's that situation. Another paid package is going to be guys who actually have their own trailer. So that's an 85% package. So things change just a little bit. So it will be at an 85%. They will have a contribution of 175 a week for the insurance. So that does exist. It's an occurring cost. Like, so whether the guy, if he does sit and doesn't run, he will have to pay for that. He is, however, responsible for his trailer, so the maintenance on it. So you do that, and that's the second package. So that's the only major difference. But what I will say about that is, if you're thinking about buying a trailer but haven't done so, just hold off on that. It's not necessarily so. If you're going to be moving, what I suggest for any new guys coming into to join Voyager, run with our trailer. It doesn't have to be for long. Nobody is taking your purchasing power away, but you're getting to know the systems. You're getting to know the dispatch. You're allowing that ability to get to know everyone. And as you're doing that, you can now make a decision, an educated decision based on numbers, whether this is going to work for you or not. Right. So what I tell my guys, we actually have two individuals who just purchased their trailers actually about a day ago. They should be here a little bit later on today. With proof of insurance and inspections and everything that they need that comes along with that. A quick signature on the addendum on the contract, and these guys are turning and burning on Monday, and they are good to go. So what we say is, what they did is they ran with us. They were with us for about a year, and then what they do is they run their numbers. They're checking the temperature of the price of equipment. So they, I guess they decided it's time to strike. But what they did is they consider the cost, the insurance on it, the maintenance they're going to have to be, and now they see, all right, at 10%, boom. As long as they're runners and they're good to go all day long, that was the correct choice for them. So everybody is different. Let's say somebody's a local dude. Maybe it's not the best decision for a local guy to do that. It just depends on how the individual runs. One solution isn't the same for everybody else. So you just have to be paying attention to that. All right. So those are the two pay packages. My people, open platform. It is Friday. Just coming to the table with, I'm answering any kind of questions you may have, just showcasing what we offer, and just looking for quality owner operators to join the team. So let me know in the comments. For those who are there, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm put this in front of the right people. So it's kind of crazy. I saw the just for people who are out there, Aero Truck Sales is actually doing a down payment match. So check that out, up to $4,000. So boom. So if you got 4K, it's like you got 8K. So, hey, that's a game changer for some people. You know what I mean? It could take a guy from 6 to 10. It could take a guy from 8 to 12. So that's pretty good for your benefit. So just in case you're in the market looking for some truck, for a truck, keep that in mind. These, it seems like these dealers and at least the purchase people, it's kind of shifting. So, money isn't cheap, and they want you to, they're incentivizing you to buy something. So make sure you're asking for what type of programs they have so that you can take advantage of it. So that's important, guys. And that's what we're here to do, is share that kind of information so you have it. All right. And I think these programs are across the board, not necessarily is it Florida only. I'm pretty sure it's, Aero Truck Sales is any other locations. I wouldn't see why that would change. But again, if you're looking, call the local spot and figure that out, and just let us know in the comments, what kind of deals are you guys seeing? Has anybody dealt with Select Trucks? What does that look like? Is there any benefit to that? Let us know in the comments so we can share. All right. All right, so that's what we do. So a lot of guys are going to say, what areas do we cover? It's pretty simple. I constantly always say it's easier to answer what I don't cover. We don't touch California, and no Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Other than that, everything else is on the table. It's more of where the owner operator is willing to go and not go. That piece is always going to be up to you. You do pick your home time. All right. So just know that whatever home time you're picking, whatever regions you're picking, we're all right with that. We're gonna customize your dispatch based around your needs. Just know that for every every limitation you put on your business, you're just shrinking the possibility of a greater financial outcome. So again, people come in all shapes and sizes. People have different needs. Some people scale it down. Some people right now are just like grand opening and they are fucking down to go get it. And so you have that, and you have somebody else who's been in the game and just looking for a little bit, more of a balance. That piece will be up to you. And our dispatchers are just on standby. And what they're going to do is just, customize your dispatch around how you're looking to do it. All right. I do also get the questions of what year truck am I willing to take? As long as it's a DOT compliant truck and it can accept DLD, where as long as once you start to drive, it goes to the drive line, I don't have a problem. You know what I mean? That's okay with us. So I do think that that's like a 98. I do think that that's still acceptable. We don't run paper logs, so we're not doing any of that. All right. All right. And in addition, I know I talked about it before. We actually have free parking available for owner operators who are leased onto us. So they actually can either park in the back here at corporate bobtail, or they can park truck and trailer, stay connected at our drop yard, which is 2 miles away, right off of 60, like, I don't know, 5 minutes from county line for those who are familiar with the area. So it's a sweet place to park for free, no big deal. I also have individuals who have who go away. Let's say they went for 2 weeks on vacation or a week or what have you. They could park there for free. There's no additional charge to that. So it's a pretty good spot. All right. All right. So we use our TMS, we use Transfer Pro. What are the weekly deductions? We just covered that. So basically, so there's a comment, what are our weekly deductions? So $50 a week for the maintenance on the trailer. I don't lease or rent the trailer out. It's just $50 a week, obviously, and whatever you're using in fuel. Now, you're going to just jump into that right now. Okay, so again, my man's asking, it's escrow is $150 a week for the first 10 weeks. That's out of the way, and then $50 a week and whatever you're using in fuel. So here you go. That's simple. Then I got our dispatchers pre-planning loads, or they book in the same day. It's a little bit of a combination depending on what area of where you are. Sometimes it's easier to book a load the same day, and sometimes it's gonna be better to pre-plan. So usually pre-planning is what wins, though. It's just got to be very calculated on what you're going to be doing. So right now, for example, starts the battle for Monday. Right now, we're already pre-booking everybody coming out on Monday. So that's what we're doing. So, you want to fight that now. You want to be pre-booked right now for those guys that are leaving Florida on Monday. Do not wait for Monday morning. Why suffer? It's going to be the same thing. You're just wasting time. It's better to have a plan already and get out there and go get it. All right. Good morning. Hi. Dallas company left me hanging without a load. Gonna have a bobtail from Dallas to Lakeland to get ready and be in the orientation on the 2nd. Man, sorry to hear that they left you hanging with no load. But yeah, man, we're ready to rock and roll right here. Man, that's just that's not a good place to be, man. So one of the things that we do with that is like, man, I don't even understand, man. They could have powered you only this way. Anything, man. Like, that wasn't necessary. So any good carrier, like, sometimes when you have to part ways, it's just business. There's nothing personal. In a situation like that, John, I think the right thing would have been is like anybody could find a power only so that nobody is losing money. But again, unfortunately, they left you hanging. At least you're coming to a better place that we don't play those games, and we're excited about you joining the team. All right. So I got also Pedro. Finally ran into one of your trailers here in Palmetto. Nice advertisement, Trucker Podcast. Check it out. Here we go, man. So I'm glad it's working. So at least we got one guy. Thank you, Pedro. We appreciate that, man. Please like, share, subscribe. We got plenty of content coming out on a daily basis. Actually, Monday to Friday after 5 o'clock. And again, so if you are an owner operator looking for a better opportunity, do not hesitate to give us a call, 863-342-5171. So you are with a power only company. John, man, that's even worse. All right, man. So you're in it, brother. Like all we could do is go forward, focus on the things that we can control. So what we'll do is on the second, we're going to be fast, quick, effective, and get you earning as quick as possible. So that way we could turn around, we could turn this all around for you, man. So here we go, man. All right, guys, please smash that like button. It helps the algorithm get this in front of the right people, and also, we're not paid or anything like that for this, so it helps push this along and keeps the videos coming out there for you guys, so you guys can share this content with fellow owner operators. All right, so here we go. New chapter. Here we go. That's the way to do it, man. Always pushing forward. That's the only way it can happen. So no looking back. All right. Do I got any other questions, guys? Put them up in the comments. It is Friday, so it's a busy day because we should be focusing on Monday's utilization, making sure that trucks are out, making sure that you already got your pre-booked load for Monday morning heading out of Florida, especially if this is because this is where you do your 34. And for those guys who are not doing a 34 in Florida, getting that weekend load is monumental right in the morning. So that's how we do it. I will share that a lot of our guys do the 34 over the weekend. And what we're doing is, it's a good spot to be where you get some rest, but absolutely getting a fresh clock on Monday morning. And based on that, anything that you deliver on Monday from over the weekend makes that pay cycle, and it's going to include the cash flow to your business because you did the time, miles, and got the fuel and everything that came along with that. All right. And then talking about fuel, don't forget, we actually offer 2 different fuel cards. I don't know anybody else doing this. If I'm wrong, put it up in the comments. Let me know who else is doing this. Double down fuel card. So what we do is we give you 2. And the reason we do that is so that so that you can actually basically do the following. You download both apps to your phone. Once they're both downloaded, now you have an ability to actually pick which one is going to offer you the better savings, right? You just got to pay attention a little bit because sometimes here we go. Mike's pre-booked for Monday. That's what I'm talking about. So here we go. So the fuel cards, you're going to be able to look at it. Don't just fall in love with the discount. Look at the sticker price. Make sure it makes sense. Just the other day we were in orientation about a day ago. And what happened was, one place offered 57 cents off on the gallon, which is pretty sweet. And then the other one was actually only 35 cents. However, the sticker price was so much cheaper that actually was the better deal. So you got to pay attention to these small things. I just actually got a phone call. I don't even know if she's watching or whatnot, but our people from, a rep from Pilot calls and says, hey, how can we incentivize your guys to actually use us a little bit more? I'm like, listen, I'm not limiting my guys to only use Pilot. My guys are free to fuel wherever they want. We are pushing 100% of the savings to them. All you got to do is offer them a better price than everybody else, and they're going to win. She's like, well, where they go? I'm like, they love the freedom to actually pick. Some guys go to Ambest, even I've seen guys do 7-Eleven. It just depends. I got, options is the key thing for owner operators. You need to have them. You need to pay attention. That is money on the table. You have to pay attention. So that's what we do with the fuel cards. Again, I challenge anybody who else got a program like that. I would like to know. I think we pioneered that. So hey, it's all about the owner operator and savings for you, especially where you can, right? So here we go. How do you guys track the IFTA? On the ELD motive. Yeah, John. It's tracked through motive. That's where the miles are, so it's easy. All right, it's easy. It's all it's all computerized now, and it's just part of it. So it's just clicking a button, and then that's the report. The only time it's not like back in the day with the paper and man, that could get problematic. And so another good thing about tracking it on the ELD is not just for IFTA, but when it comes time to renew your own plate, if you have it, that's a perfect source right there to just print the miles off from the ELD motive or whoever you're using, and then it's going to even break it down. You can set it to every state, so now you don't even have to sit there and add and all that good stuff. It breaks everything down, and then all you're doing is just moving one information to the to the renewal paperwork of your plate. So pretty easy, but good question. All right, Casey's in the Midwest usually has the best prices. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. So good job, Melvin. Like, save the money where you can, man. That's the biggest bad boy right there. Like, it doesn't matter if it's pilot, this, that, the other. And I get it. Guys have their preferences. Some people hate loves, pilots, this, that, the other. But again, so because everything is owner operators, you cannot force them. I'm not going to jump on that type of program. It doesn't benefit my owner operators to do that. Forcing somebody to go to a pilot when they have options like Melvin just mentioned in the comments. All right, guys, let me know in the comments. Is everybody pre-booked for Monday? Everybody's ready to rock and roll? Or what's your situation? Waiting on your dispatcher to call you? Is he even awake yet? If he's not, you got to give us a call. It's 863-342-5171. We are looking for owner operators who are looking to partner up with like-minded guys who are entrepreneurial spirit and who are looking to improve the bottom line. So give us a call. John, what kind of VLD are you on, man? Are you using Samsara, Motive? What is it that you got? PeopleNet, if they're even still around? Just trying to find out what he's on. Salud. All right, as we wait for his answer. And as we're waiting, guys, like, man, how long? What's the longest orientation anybody's been in? I'm curious. The longest ones I have seen is like 5 days, something like that, and 5 days of that, and then you barely get started, man. So some places take too long to onboard guys. Sam Motor Corps, how you doing? What's the longest? All right, so I have a question. What are the requirements for the owner operators on an MVR? Have a speeding ticket is okay. Yes, a speeding ticket is okay. So here's how I keep it simple, right? You guys want to know these things. All right, so it's easier to say, the way we recruit on this fast track approval, what are you worried about? Let me know what you're concerned. I know you don't want to put it in the comments, but what you want to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. If it is just that, then at that point we can make it happen. There's not a big deal. But it's just being straightforward. What are we concerned about? And then we tackle that there. You find a lot of places where guys are getting denied because of stuff that they know is actually there, and they're just not talking about it. Look, man, in order for us to be able to help someone, right? In order for us to be able to help someone and give a quick, efficient answer, we just need the truth. It is what it is. It's not going to change. And then if somebody, we've been in a position where we can't approve someone because of certain things they didn't mention, we actually give them the way out. Like, what's the best solution to get out of the situation that you're in? So it's pretty simple. Just give us a call, because it's not just an MVR, guys. You got to pay attention to your PSP, which reminds me, if you guys have not been paying attention to your PSPs, you understand that you have to get onto the FMCSA and get copies of it. You always want to know what that looks like, so that you have that for your records. Again, I got my, someone posted the longest orientation is 2 days. Hey, that's pretty sweet. It is a bit much though. Like, what are you doing day 2? So here we go. A little long, in my opinion. All right, so check on those PSP guys. Make sure you know what's on them. You always want to keep record of that. All right. And it also reminds me this week is ending. So by the end of this week, for all my people who are out there, owner operators, 2290s are due. So for my guys who are owner operators to be, the number one confusion that happens is when is a 2290 due? All right. So that is the biggest thing, because most of the time guys are renewing, let's say in March, even October. That's the only time somebody is really going to ask you for the copy of your 2290. So the misconception is that that's the day that it's due, and it's really not. So if you look at your 2290 at the top of the page, it'll tell you exactly when it expires. You know, they run from July to the end of the June. I'm sorry, the June to July, and that's pretty much how it runs. And then you got the August to make sure you get it in without any kind of penalties. All right, guys. So pay attention to that. Don't get caught up. Make sure you go and you get it done. It's nice and easy online. It's like a 10-minute event, and then you're good to go. For those who don't know, you don't have to go to IRS and sit there and get tortured and get it there. There's actually an online feature. If you go to our website, VoyagerNation.com, on the top right-hand corner, you hit File 2290, and it sends you right to the link. So even if you're not running with us, you can actually do that, and it gives you access to that, and then you just put it on automatic. So keep it easy. Again, it's about providing solutions. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, smash that bell icon, guys. It'll give you notification when we drop information Monday to Friday after 5 o'clock. And here we go. It's going to help the algorithm put this in front of the right people. I can't stress that enough. No one is paying us. Hey, maybe motives to send us a check, man. We're talking about them, right? So here we go. All right. So what else we got, man? Is that it? One comment? That's it? 2 days? That's the longest one anybody's ever seen? All right, my people. Average 1 day. All right, man. Like the shortest this guy says is 2 hours. So I don't know about that. That's a little. The problem is that I'm sure there are people out there that can handle that. The problem is that when we're meeting, we're probably strangers, and then I just don't know. So I don't know. But I get it. I can see when, have I done one in 2 hours? Maybe. So I get that. I understand that. So here we go, guys. But John, we're gonna see you on the 2nd. So orientation will be 9 to 3. It ain't gonna be like 2 hours like this guy said. So just plan accordingly. Don't worry about it. I'll buy lunch. You'll be good. So here we go. All right, and a friendly reminder out there, guys, your medical cards. Remember, if you're got a new medical card, Florida is behind, and if you're from out of state, check with your state in their new processes of uploading them, guys. At the end of the day, what you want to do is make sure that you're asking for your long form. You want to be walking out of the clinic with it, just in case there is a delay. You're pending a suspension, and now you got to make sure that you're addressing that. You have the paperwork in front of you, so please pay attention to that. You don't want to get caught up. All right. You don't want to be out of state and all of a sudden find out that, that medical office never sent that to DOT and now you in it. Because again, the process is the punishment, right? So if somebody else doesn't do their job, but yet you're the one that's going to get suspended, and that's pretty fucked up. So just pay attention. You got more to lose than they do. So that's just a friendly reminder out there, guys. Make sure that you're doing that accordingly. All right. All right, my people. That is my Friday. I got to get to my day job. But do I have any questions out there from anybody about the program, how we pay 75-25, 85-15? Any questions out there that I can answer for you guys? All right. Is everybody getting pre-booked already? And if you're not, remember 863-342-5171. I'm always looking for good owner operators to join the team. Like-minded individuals. We stay strong. We keep moving. We stay efficient, and we solve problems. All right, guys. So I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Please be safe, drive safe. Make sure you share this content with fellow owner operators, or if you know that company guy who is about to make the jump into buying his own truck and becoming an owner operator, this will give him so much value. Make sure you let him know to subscribe and give us a call, because we can share tons of information that will help him be successful. All right, my people, be safe, drive safe. Give us a call. Don't forget, Voyager Nation, 863-342-5171, and get your 2290s in. VoyagerNation.com, top of the corner. Make sure you get it filed. All right, my people.